The BumbleKast is for entertainment purposes only. The host's comments and opinions, and those of their guests, are wholly their own and do not represent that of any other entity. Content is provided as is, with no guarantees of accuracy or timeliness.
BumbleKast, ho!
Hi. I always feel awkward when you just leave me hanging, Ian. I don't know what to do.
Because it's the goofy little intro, and then we do the song, and then I say, welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Kraus.
There we go. Now I feel a little more like we're right. Everything is right with the world, but we're here.
At least in regards to the show.
It's true. We have many questions to answer. We have a lot of things to answer for, Ian Flynn.
And most of them come from our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members.
Yes, indeed they do. All right. Let's stop wasting time and start wasting time with a Q&A. This one, starting us off, is from Allison S. What would the crew of the Fortune's Lap think of your cats, and vice versa? Oh, we're starting off strong with the Drogoon questions.
Well, we'll start in reverse because Meebo's actually scared of people.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I'm surprised how skittish he is because he's very super snuggly lovey with us.
Yeah.
Like, aggressively so. Like, I'm in the middle of work and he will run up and stand upon my chest like a goat upon the Matterhorn and going, now it is time for snuggles. Okay. Buddy, my hands are busy. No, okay. Scritchy time now? Yes, scritchy time now. Purr. Lounge, roll. But if anybody comes in for any reason, he's actually growled like a dog.
That's what I've heard, yeah. He does
but
that.
He perches up on the highest point he can and then scampers away and hides like it's the end of the world. Malikata, meanwhile, is a little skittish at first. Something has changed. I'm on edge. But that quickly gives way to, what is that?
Ooh.
What are you doing? What is that? What is that thing that you're doing? What are you doing with the thing? Can I get in the way? Can I stand on it? Can I eat it? It's like, Molly, please. That person needs to work. Step away.
That's the problem. They got to work. It makes it more fun to get in their way.
So the crew would, generally like the kitties because they are fluffy, but getting to interact with them might be the trick. Meebo's going to hide somewhere in the ship, and that's worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
And Molly's going to wander the ship, singing the song of her people, screaming at all hours, climbing on you when it is the most inopportune time. If you are sleeping, you are a platform to be slept upon, not next to, upon.
It's true.
The novelty would wear off fairly quickly, I think. Also, she likes to love bite, which I'm not a big fan of, but Wind would probably bite her back, so I guess they get along just fine.
Maybe. Although, would Wind, restrain herself from drawing blood or whatever?
Oh, she's not a monster, and, Molly has learned some restraint herself. It's just,
no, okay.
Cats have pointy teeth.
It's true.
Even a gentle bite's a little prickly.
True. Good point. Well, at least it wouldn't be too horrible unless Meebo gets stuck in something, then that would be bad, but
well, I'm not going to put my little fur babies in a dire scenario, not even in a fantastic setting.
All right. Andrew D has a question here. In the Archie Mega Man comics, the X Foundation was incorrectly referred to as the X Corporation throughout the entire run, except for when referred to by Dr. Wily, who is the only one to call it the X Foundation. Was this intentional? Did you have plans to change the name later via story reason? Or would it simply have been retconned to have always been the X Foundation? Or perhaps you would have continued to incorrectly call it the X Corporation as a comic exclusive version?
Andrew, are you implying I have ever gotten the lore wrong on a licensed property? Hold for laugh. Hold for extended laugh.
Okay.
Resume. more it's the intention is the X Corporation is the public facing side of the X Foundation. X Foundation is the terrorist organization led by Mr. X.
Okay.
And then when Wily takes over the name, you see what he does with it.
Okay. Was that intentional, or did you actually get it wrong and end up?
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember.
Okay.
Like, I was going back and researching it, and it's like, well, it's this here and it's that there. This seems like what I was going to do with it. I mean, Capcom never flagged it, so I guess, yeah, it was okay. All right.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, at least now you can come up with some sort of justification after the fact. Good job, Ian. You fixed your mistake by papering over it.
No, I'm explaining the impetus to my creative endeavors.
The long, yes, the long way around. It's fine. Not that big of a deal. Here's one from Ann Tales. What's your favorite, or depending on your perspective, least favorite example of when you played a text-heavy game only to find years later that a pronunciation you thought was correct ended up being totally wrong? For me, it's probably the Ifa tree out of Final Fantasy IX, where I read the capital I as an L for decades, pronouncing Titus from Final Fantasy X as Titus instead of the correct way. Titus is a close second.
I remember reading somewhere.
I don't like his name being Titus.
I don't like
Titus is way better. Way better.
Remember reading something somewhere with one of the developers of Skies of Arcadia saying that the main protagonist was pronounced Visse.
Okay.
And I mean, that makes enough sense. Everybody else has a 2-syllable name, Fina, Aka, Gilder, Drachma. Maybe not Enrique, but we don't count him anyway. So Visse fits. But then I was vindicated when All-Star Racings came out and they called him Vice. And it's like, yeah, we're all in agreement here. We're not going to go back and question it. Vice. It's Vice.
It's Vice. Yeah. Mine is probably one that's a lot of people's, because I'm one of those people whose first real exposure to RPGs was Final Fantasy VII. And so, like, Midgar, I thought for a long time was Midjar. They don't pronounce it in the game. Come on. And then there's Mako. I thought it was Mako.
Well, that's a real word, so
it is.
That's forgivable.
It is, but yeah. Let's see. Well, Aerith and Eris, but that's actually the game itself. That's not. I mean, if you weren't a freaking terminally online nerd, you probably had no idea her name should have been Aerith. But let's see. Yeah, I think that's stuff like that. That's about it. Geez, I'm trying to think of any others, but that's the big one. Do you have any others that you can think of, Ian?
I'm having a hard time thinking of text-heavy games that I played. Usually I was more like just platformers or rail shooter type stuff. And then
same.
Once I got into something more narrative-driven, it had voiceover. So any mispronunciation was on the part of the cast, and that's not my fault.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Oh, well. Put your mispronunciation memories down in the comments below. I'm sure you have many. Here's one from KB. With Fox McCloud now being in the public eye again, what would you like to see in a future Star Fox game? How about a future Star Fox game? That's what I would like to see.
Bold of you, Kyle.
I know. It probably is. I'm not holding my breath, honestly. Even with Star Fox in the Mario Galaxy movie, I'm not holding my breath for anything. I'm not holding my breath for that being a sign of anything else to come.
I'm of two minds. On the one hand, the simplest, easiest, how do you mess this up approach is just do another solid 64 style Star Fox. None of the 2-screen gimmicks like a Zero. None of the weird control gimmicks like at a Command. No random dinosaurs. Just you fly and you shoot, you know?
What if it's a dinosaur planet?
I mean, if you're going to do dinosaurs, like, treat Tricky as a tank. Tricky is running forward, you're manning a turret on his back, and you shoot.
You're manning a what on his back?
A turret.
A turret. Oh, okay. I didn't hear the et. I just heard it sounded like you said turd. Well, what on his back? Anyway.
Shoot gun. Bang, bang.
Okay.
Like, even if you're going to do on foot stuff, treat it like one of those light gun arcade games. You're always moving forward and you're always shooting.
Yeah.
You know, make it arcadey, make it fast, focus on the replay value. The main campaign maybe takes, I don't know, half an hour to blow right through. But if you want to find the secrets and all the routes and save the pilots and learn the patterns, you're going to play it over and over again. But that's fine because the music kicks and the fun and the gameplay's fun and you shoot things. Keep it simple. The other hand is the complete opposite of that.
Just lean real hard into it. Yeah.
You lean where you go super lore heavy. It's Marcus McCloud. It's the whole Lilat system. You're managing planets and how occupied they are by the Venominian forces. You've got different ship styles for each pilot, different play styles, and unlock different routes and different ways of playing around. Maybe some of it's open world, maybe some of it's more linear. Play with, you know, a little bit of time travel, a little bit of alternate reality, so you can pay homage to every footnote in this ridiculous soap opera story. Just like unapologetically embrace everything that has been Star Fox, while also having a very simple story of Marcus leads the crew to shoot the monkey and win and save the galaxy. It's
just, yeah.
I want all of it at once, but I would also be content with just a simple, easy, nice, fast and shiny arcade shooter, you know?
Yeah, that's really what I want, but the chat suggests that it should be a dating sim.
I mean, there would be an audience for it.
Yeah, of course there would be. I would like a Star Fox game, but we'll see. I'm not holding my breath. All right, here's one from Double L. He's back with the longest text adventure of our lives. To recap, me and Ian share a lizard body, and we're in a train station. We have one door, one optional manhole cover, and one set of moss in our inventory. Our previous actions were Ian, attempt to pull rank, and me, decide not to stop him. Well, I mean, this is probably going to be our downfall. Ian, you posture and preen, trying to prove your power to the perplexing person who questions your presence. The red creature stoically watches, but does not react as you attempt to communicate that you are truly the one in charge. Your argument is unconvincing. In a flash, the red creature pulls and trains a blaster on you. As he does, the yellow creature who invited you to play the game says,
"Oh, sorry, that's my cue."
Says nothing.
General, we think the lizard is a local. He knows the game of the cards, though. He must be trustworthy, right? Maybe he could help us take over.
Shut up, Private. Don't say another word. You, creature, you got any last words?
One of the blue creatures you played with appears behind the general. He seems to be trying to get your attention by waving around a paper and pen from behind the general.
Well,
what's he waving around? What is that?
I'm assuming he's making an attempt to say, here, just write down your thoughts so we can more clearly communicate.
Okay.
However, if we can only interpret their language, they can't understand ours, then there's no guarantee that they will understand the written version of our language.
True.
And if the pantomiming wasn't clear, if I just draw a picture of us like standing triumphantly over the general's corpse or the general kissing our lizardy feet in subservience, I don't think that's going to go over well either. My point is, I think diplomacy has failed.
Oh, okay.
So let me put this idea to you, Kyle. You don't have to go with it.
Okay.
You're free to veto, discuss. I say we continue our trend of being PogChamp and just throw the manhole cover in that guy's face.
Well, I mean, I guess that's how you prove dominance, maybe, right? I don't know.
I mean, it's clearly the way of the gods. He is defying us. If we smite him in godly fashion, that should make it pretty clear who's in charge.
Do we? I can't think of any alternatives is the problem. other than figuring out what this guy with the pen and paper is trying to tell us.
I do hope he doesn't get hit in the collateral damage. I'm also hoping that our magical inventory happens to have the door in the way between us, any vitals, and that blaster, but I only have one action. And I put forward, we smite him with the holy manhole cover of Purgatory.
Okay, then I will use the door in an attempt to shield us. I see where you're going here. I think this is what you want me to do, so I will do that.
Oh, I wasn't leading, but I think it's a good idea. Well, I think it's an idea.
It's an idea. It's a better idea than not doing it, probably. All right, Double L, you got that? You got that? This may be the end of us, Ian.
Maybe, but if we succeed, we absolutely get to stand over him with the door in our hand going, knock, knock, we're here.
All right.
And then
you got
somewhere a sick guitar riff plays just because.
That's right. That's the most important part. It's required by law. Maybe the guy with the pen and paper just wants our autograph. Who knows?
Possibly.
We're already that cool, apparently. Oh, well, it's fine.
Moving on, we have a question for you, Kyle.
Ah, okay.
Dove writes, Kyle, you've no-clipped into the BumbleBackrooms. The wall's all alligator green, the floor is a little dusty, and there's a smell of stale fries lingering in the air. What's your plan to escape the near endless halls of the infinite questions of listeners written all over the walls?
I mean, this is my place, honestly. This is where I've been for the last nearly 11 years. Like, why would I leave if it's in the halls of infinite questions of listeners written all over the walls? This has been my life, Dove. I don't know if you knew that.
Dove has caught just a glimpse of the domain that is Kyle.
Yeah. This is where I am. This is me. Welcome to my back rooms. I didn't know clip in here. You did.
I'm imagining Dove wandering into like that room of monitors from the second Matrix film, and there you are dressed as Colonel Sanders, but instead of TV monitors, it's just questions floating in and out of the ether.
Yes. Yes, and it's mostly all shipping and power scaling questions that we can't answer anymore. Oh, boy. Yeah, boy. All right. Godzilla has a question. I know it goes against his Ronin-esque wandering robot hero ways and against the Mega Man canon, but I really prefer Proto Man as Wily's chief henchbot as opposed to Bass. I mean, Scott McNeil's vocal performance in the old 94 cartoon just sells it so well. So, Ian and Kyle, Bass or Proto Man as Wily's chief enforcer? Oh, no, that says Willy's chief enforcer, so... Okay, yeah, all these questions, all references to Wily are Willy in this question, so go back and fix that in your mind. I said Willy the whole time. Anyway.
I mean, you're not wrong. The 90s presentation is iconic.
It truly is, yes.
But that's not Proto Man. That's Ruby Spears' Proto Man.
Ruby Spears is very different.
Yeah. It's a completely different character when you get down to it.
Yeah. I mean, so look at all the characters in that show, basically. Roll is completely different, and no one's like, Roll, it should be the like Ruby Spears' role. It's like, nah, we can have both. They can be separate characters.
Thematically, I like Bass as Wily's enforcer bot because it's a nice dichotomy between him and Wily and Light and Rock.
Yeah.
Rock and Light's relationship is wholesome. They are a family. There is love there. There's support and compassion and mutual respect. And Wily and Bass do not.
No.
it's not there. It's the opposite all the way through, and it's fun that way. I'm a sucker for dark mirror stuff.
Yeah.
If you were to put Blue's back at Wily's side, I would think it more that he's just trying to keep Wily out of trouble. Like, maybe he's there to test Mega Man a little bit, see if he's ready for the next challenge. He's still not on speaking terms with Dr. Light, but he doesn't want the world to end. So it's more like he's there to act the tough guy part, but to step in if things get too crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems more like a pragmatic approach for him would be how it would go.
Yeah. So I could see it going that way, maybe. But if you want like the full Scott McNeil treatment, it has to be a different Proto Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, they could do. Who says there has to only be one Proto Man? But, you know. I mean, I guess being a prototype would have to mean he is only one. Okay. Although there was Breakman.
There was.
Facsimile
Man. Knockoff Man.
True. All right. Here's one from Hero Squad. Any knowledge of these? Konosuba, Miss Kobayashi, Mob Psycho, Ranma 1/2, Shaman King, and Sword Art Online.
Konosuba, no. Miss Kobayashi, no. Mob Psycho, I heard a very good explanation of what the title is supposed to mean, that the localization butchered it. And I've also heard that it's very, very good. I know nothing else beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Ranma 1/2, I remember renting like the first handful of episodes from my local Blockbuster way back in the day, and was entertained, and then was like, there's how much of this to get through?
I remember seeing a couple random episodes at some point on some cable channel. I don't know when or where, but that's the only time. Yeah, it's the only time I've seen it.
I know like the core premise, but I don't know much beyond that.
Yeah.
Shaman King, don't know it. And Sword Art Online, I only know it by its reputation.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much all I know Sword Art Online for. But all this other stuff, no. I think I've heard of Miss Kobayashi and Mob Psycho, but yeah. And I know the basic gist of Ranma 1/2. And I saw a couple episodes as a kid of that, and that's it. So, sorry.
I've heard the new anime of Ranma 1/2 is very faithful to the manga and cuts out some of the bloat of the original series.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So I've been wanting to get into that along with Mob Psycho, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
Well, hopefully that answers Hero Squad's questions. Here's one from Horseweave. It's another Drogoon question.
Hey.
If you wanted an excuse to deliver some more bite-sized details about the realms and their history, which crossover idea would you choose to tell the tale? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, or the Magic Fortune's Lap school bus?
So that first idea, I kind of want to take that now.
Uh-huh.
You know, just file off the serial number, globe-trotting thief, someone trying to track her down.
Well, realm-trotting thief, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You can steal it. I mean, it's not like Horseweave came up with that idea.
There's a general enough premise to work from.
Exactly.
And, you know, big brimmed hats and red trench coats are universal.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Carmen Sandiego is freaking cool, man. I don't care who you are. She's awesome.
Add that to the pile of spin-off ideas, but that one's a lot of fun. To be the most straightforward and informative, though, the Magic School Bus format, I think, would be the more effective of the two, maybe. Because one of the things I am consistently getting positive feedback on is the storybook segment from Volume 1. And how it not only introduces you to the people and the realms in a very accessible way, but it also shows you the propaganda and the oppressiveness of Galaxot in the very simple language, and how it, in the context of a children's book, informs you of just how pervasive it is throughout the culture. So it works on multiple levels in a very concise and effective way. which is good because I'm really proud of that sequence and I'm glad it landed for so many people.
It's very good, yeah.
So a Hume version of Mrs. Frizzle flying around, giving you informative and fantastical ways of understanding the realms probably would make the most sense, since it's very good visual storytelling and works as a good teaching mechanic.
All right, which character is the one who fears field trips?
Forn, I guess, if he's
okay.
getting roped into it, because it's one thing to fly into dangerous space, but are we actually going inside an ether beast?
Uh-oh.
That's not physically possible. What do you mean we shrank down? None of this is logical. Fred.
Oh, foreign. Could Joe Boone be Miss Frizzle? He is the one who flies
he's not that adventurous.
He flies the ship after all.
We'd have to have like a new cast for this one.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like Flanderized versions of some of the characters in the book to be part of the class. But yeah, if you ask Joe Boone a question, he's either going to give you the straight answer or he's going to tell you to read a book. He ain't going to go flying off out of his way to teach you nothing.
Okay, fine.
Or if he does, the meter's on.
All right. We got another Drogoon question before we take a break. It's from Chrysalis. Instead of forcing taxes on the Fortune's Lab crew, I'd like to know each of their favorite restaurants or fast food places to eat. Thanks.
Now, I believe they've listed their name as Chrysalis.
Chrysalis.
To be
yeah, okay, very long. They drew out the S. Okay, my bad.
I mean, we've got Professor Scruffy Matt. So
True. It's good. Yeah, my bad. Sorry for screwing it up.
Wind loves this very particular greasy spoon at the back end of one of the cities in Humaheim, where it's got a burger that you cannot eat cleanly. You need a bib and gloves with this thing. Every bite is an explosion of sauces and grease, and
yum.
Absolutely adores it. Foreign is partial to this little mom and pop restaurant that was in his home forest. Didn't do anything like spectacular, but it was all very well done. It was done with, made from the heart type of food. Everybody knew everybody. Family would go there regularly and you'd get like the same thing. It was more for the comfort of the setting than the food really, and he kind of misses that. Jobo knows this guy who runs a cantina on Nurmenheim.
He always knows
little
a guy.
Place. Funny how that works.
I know.
Little place that's, part of the tourist scene, but a little bit off the beaten path, that have these glass soda pop bottles. And the way that glass pops between his teeth is just exquisite.
Not the liquid inside. He doesn't care about that.
It's kind of fun too. It's got a nice enough flavor. The fizz is a little fun, but that glass, you fleshy types are missing out.
Chewy.
On that sensation.
Chewy.
And Lissy, it isn't so much the food, but she really likes this one place because the boxes have little toys in it. And this month they have the Magical Forest Friends. And no, this one wasn't a mispaint. It's a special version of her favorite character. And she loves it because it's unique and she wants to go back because next month they're going to have the storybooks. And that's from the other series that she's really enjoying. And yeah, I guess there's food too and it's okay. But did you know that the month after that, they're going to have race cars and the race cars can go really fast and she can drive them inside Fortune's lap? And
Yep. We know what Lissy likes. Pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's a good point to take a quick break and then come back with more on the BumbleKast.
We're the bee and the berry. I'm the bee.
Strawbz. No, I'm the bee.
Oh, my bad. We can cut that, right?
No, we can cut that.
Okay. We're the bee and the berry.
I'm the bee.
And I'm Strawberry.
And The Bee and the Berry is an irregularly scheduled podcast where we talk all things Sonic, writing fan fiction, and fan creation.
We snoop around at fan events, review the latest and hottest Sonic content, and host interviews with our fellow Sonic fan creators.
You know, just girly things.
And hey, if you want, you can totally send us any discussion topics or questions you'd like us to talk about, and we might answer them.
Or we might not.
But hey, you never know. You can find us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, and YouTube at The Be The Berry.
Okay, we're running out of time here. Gotta grow fast.
Ciao.
We're back with a question from Quishpin. After reducing Gotham's crime rate by 90%, Forrest Gump says goodbye to the Bat family and continues running all the way to Metropolis. What kind of work does he find?
He is just around the entire city helping out. Like, everybody knows who he is within a month. He has covered every odd job you can think of, and he does it well, and he moves on because the job is done and he's going to do it somewhere else.
All right.
Like, he gets labeled the Superman of Metropolis, and Clark's going, wait, what?
He just is like, huh? Hold on. That makes enough sense to me, I suppose. Run, Forrest, run, I guess.
Question for you, Kyle. This one comes from Lucio X30. Hey, Kyle, I got a question for you this time. For a while now, I've been into the mecha/real robot genre. Notably, the games that have caught my interest the most are from Software's Armored Core. When Fires of Rubicon released, I decided to have a look back at the older game's soundtrack. I came to find to love the works of Koto Hoshino and his band Frequency. His music is incredibly unconventional, but works found in the likes of such titles as For Answer and Verdict Day have an incredibly iconic quality to them, such as tracks Mechanized Memories, Day After Day, Remember, and the ever-iconic 9. And all great tracks that are Steel Haze and both its subsequent remixes and for Fires of Rubicon. It's an incredibly wild selection of music that appears in the series, but I feel as if they could even rival the likes of Crush 40 given the attention. I want to know your thoughts on Coda and Frequency as a result, given you have the time to check out some of the music between me writing this and you recording the episode.
Lucky for you, I'm actually already familiar with some of the music of Armored Core. Well, I mean, it's big, stompy, giant robots. Of course I'm into it.
Well, it's also video game music. That's kind of your thing.
Well, yeah, sure. We'll go with that. But yeah,
I don't believe me? Go over to kngi.org. Listen to Nitro Game Injection. It is literally months of fantastic video game music hosted by Kyle.
Okay, if you want to. But seriously, no, yeah. Armored Core the soundtracks are insane. Wonderful music from those games. I'm glad you mentioned For Answer specifically, because that's one of my favorites. Actually, it reminded me of an old Armored Core tribute album by my friend Matthias Hagstrom Yert from Overclocked Remix way back in the day. It's called The Answer, an Armored Core tribute album. And I definitely recommend it. If you've enjoyed the music from the Armored Core series, especially like For Answer, then definitely go check out that album because it's really good. Yeah, that remix album is amazing, but I mean the original stuff is also excellent. I agree with you. Yeah. There isn't much to say really. It's rocking. It's good stuff. I'm down. So yeah, I like big stompy robots, and yeah. And somebody in the chat is like, "That's FromSoft." And it's like, yeah, FromSoft did a lot of things before Dark Souls. I don't, you know, they've been around for a very long time. Here's one from Major Bunny. What are your favorite Pokemon songs or tracks from the series? Kyle, I know you're not much of a Pokemon guy, but surely you've heard some bops over the years. Thank you. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ian.
Okay, unironically, and I know it's more adjacent because this is tied to the films, but Weird Al Yankovic's Everybody Pokemon is great.
That's legendary, yes. He needs to update it, though.
I mean, there's 1,000 of them. He could go on forever.
Don't give him any ideas. Actually do, because it would be amazing. We already know he'll do very long songs.
Otherwise, see, I never really paid super close attention to the soundtrack because it was just, part of the experience, but I know Cynthia's Champion theme.
Yes. Yep. That's a big one.
It stands out head and shoulders above most of them.
Yeah. I really love Marnie's theme from Sword and Shield. That's a really good song.
I feel like Giratina's Distortion World track in, what was it? Diamond? No. Diamond Pearl. There's a third one. Giratina's Game. That one.
Yeah, I know.
That one I feel like it was really unsettling, but in a cool way.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm
Actually,
looking here. Go ahead.
the more I think about it, the Diamond Pearl generation, I think every one of those is pretty much good.
Yeah.
Like the Galactic theme, Cyrus's theme, just lock in that title. Yeah, sure. There you go.
There's something about what is it? Ah, dang it. What's the graveyard city in the original game?
Lavender Town.
Lavender Town. There's something about that theme specifically that really like hits my brain in some sort of way that's like, I don't know, there's something just creepy and off-putting about it, but in a good way. I really enjoy that weird creepy tune. I don't know why.
I agree with you to the point of enjoying it. I turn it off. I don't like it.
I don't
You're
know.
right in every other regard. It's well done. It's creepy, but
Yeah. I mean, I liked how, what was it? Gold and Silver? Is that the one who had, where they went back to it, but it was in a major key version, so it was all like happy and not creepy.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But it was still the same song. It's like, oh, I see what you did here. It's very clever. Yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of had a soft spot for that one. All right, question from Moolah Man. Dumb question. Nah, not on this show. But are you aware of the violence level in the Transformers comics who earned their reputation for being known for being extremely violent both physically and mentally? Looking at you, IDW and Skypound, how would Archie Mega Man have played out with the same level of violence if Archie had told you they're robots? So, boop, it.
No, not super aware of that.
It can get a little crazy, but I don't think it would fit Mega Man so much. Well, yeah.
No, honestly, I feel like we pushed the envelope with Archie Mega Man already. Like the gravitas we paid to the meaning behind shooting each of the Robot Masters was maybe a little dark for the classic era in general. Going more so, I don't think that would be right. I think that would be going one step too far.
I mean, Archie wouldn't have let you do that anyway, just because of what they are. Even if it is against robots, that level of violence is not something they tend to.
Right, but the spirit of the question is, what if they did?
Right,
what if they wanted to go further? And I feel like Raw Moon was about as dark as Classic should really go.
Yeah, and that's pretty dark, all things considered.
It was.
Yeah.
I think if you want to go like the level of dark that they're implying with IDW and Skybound, that's more X and Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe ZX territory. I don't know. ZX starts to feel a little more hopeful again. But somewhere in the X and Zero series, that's where things, I think, the violence and the bleakness would be more appropriate.
Yeah.
So had there been direction from editorial at the time saying, we want to take Mega Man into a darker, grittier direction, I'd be like, no, I don't think that's right. We that's not what classic Mega Man is.
No. If you wanted to do that, just do a Mega Man X book or a Zero book. I agree. All right. Question from Professor Scruffymet. I was inspired by Hero Squad's recent mini, so I would like to know how a versus story would go with the two of Roger Craig Smith's characters, including that one blue guy everyone loves. That's right, I'm talking about Captain America from Avengers Assemble versus Batman from Arkham Origins. Let them fight.
Perhaps one of the most inflammatory battle questions one could ask.
Probably. I don't know.
If Death Battle has done that yet. Maybe we can get back on the show and hash it out. I do remember there was a DC Marvel crossover back in the day where it was Cap versus Bat, and like they sized each other up and they feint a little bit and they read each other's movements and they're like, yeah, no, this is going to end in a tie, or there's no point to this. We're both really badass, and they shake on it. And on the one hand, that's kind of neat. On the other hand, you robbed us.
I know.
We need batarangs bouncing off shields. Come on, man.
Apparently Death Battle did do this.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to ask what they decided on. I don't want to steal their thunder. So here we go. BumbleKast Unalive Fracas. Completely original concept without steal. I'm inclined to give it to Batman. It's not an easy win, but when you come down to it, Steve's major advantage is his superhuman capabilities.
Right.
And Bats overcomes that kind of thing all the time.
That's a good point.
You know, he does come over tacticians. He comes over folks with gimmicks of varying degrees. There's nothing that Steve uniquely brings to the table that Bats hasn't covered himself. Although arguably, Steve's faced similar rogues of Batman's caliber, so it's not like he's inexperienced in this kind of fight. But can you really say like Batroc or Zemo has the gadget belt? I'm not super familiar with all of them. I think it's more like they have.
I think so. Not really.
Except for Batroc. Batroc is the weapon.
Yeah.
So I guess he'd be basically taking on Batroc with gadgets. I don't know. It wouldn't be an easy fight one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I'm inclined to say Batman.
And now you know why they didn't bother having him fight, because there's because whoever wins, we're all going to lose from the arguments that result. I don't know what the results of this death battle were, but who knows? It might be the same. But then again, knowing Death Battle, they probably pulled out all the stops of everything that's ever happened to either character and made it some sort of canon thing.
Like
yeah.
The Bat God side of things, it's like, you can't compete with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you unironically argue prep time beats everything, then yeah, fine, whatever. It's not even a debate anymore.
Yeah. Which one works better? Which one, if you put the Batarang versus the shield, how would that go?
Well, the shield would win out because it's made of vibranium, which absorbs any kind of concussive force.
Right,
so
okay.
It would intercept the Batarangs and immediately take them out.
Okay. I guess because the Batarangs aren't made of anything particularly special, are they?
I don't think so.
Is it, okay. I thought they were something, but no, I guess that would make more sense. I don't know. Put your thoughts down in the comments below of who you think would win. Be nice. Don't get too argumentative down there. We got a question here from Sam Cybercat. My young niece is into Spider-Man right now and got a Where's Spider-Man book. One of the characters you could find on each page was J. Jonah Jameson, but while playing through the book with her, I realized she had no idea who he was, which got me thinking, Jameson kind of isn't in a lot of the recent, more kid-focused Spider-Man stuff. So my question is, if you were tasked with bringing Jameson into a more modern Spider-Man series for younger audiences, how would you do it?
Excellent question.
Yeah.
And I don't have an immediate good answer for that.
I think the MCU movies did a really good job of incorporating him in a more of a modern sense, but I don't think that would work for a more kid-focused stuff.
No, and the MCU version, he's very much an inserted presence.
Right.
He's not the Jameson dynamic that is more quintessential to Spider-Man, which is the boss figure who gives Peter an honest shot, but won't give the time of day to Spider-Man.
Correct, yes.
It also kind of depends on which version of Jameson you want to go with, because he's been like hardcore antagonistic villain, and then more like stuffy conservative with a heart of gold. Like, I much prefer the Jameson who is grizzled and very hard to get close to and is not very open or honest with his emotions, but genuinely cares for people.
Yeah.
Like, he sees the collateral damage and the spectacle and all the negativity that surrounds Spider-Man and the battles he gets in, and sees it as all one big threat to the city he loves and the people in it. He equates it all together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a way to handle this, and it's you become a cop and you wear the badge and you go out and you do the job properly. And it's like, well, it's also really corrupt, Jonah.
It's not working,
like,
Jonah.
And he's like, yeah, and that's why I, this brilliant newspaper editor, am going to expose it all and fix things. There's an arrogance there, but it comes from a good place.
Right,
you know?
Yeah.
I much prefer that version of Jonah, a human being, you know?
Yes. Weird, but yes. Crazy. This,
It reminds
a
me.
human in this world of crazy superheroes.
Sorry, quick tangent. This reminds me back in the Civil War days where
Which one? The
Peter-
real one?
where Peter reveals himself as Spider-Man.
Right.
And in the crossover event, they play it as a joke where Jonah does a pratfall and ha ha ha, he's so overcome by the shock. Whereas in the Spider books, he just gets real quiet and then he starts lawyering up to sue Parker for what was it? Fraud, embezzlement, selling all these pictures of Spider-Man when he was Spider-Man this entire time.
Right.
Making the Bugle look like an absolute joke. Here's all these credits with the photographer, Peter Parker, of himself in the spandex. And the fact that he was not angry at Spider-Man or Peter, but at the lie that he had been tricked and he had been used. It was an indignity. And I much preferred that interpretation because it feels earnest. It feels earned. There's a good reason for him to be mad
Yes.
at that reveal. So, getting back on track, Sam Cybercat's asking about a younger audience Spider-Man, which I'm assuming is going to focus more on the superhero personas rather than the civilian lives, because that's got the colorful characters and the big action and the more immediately accessible conflicts. So where would Jonah fit into that? Perhaps as, depending on how juvenile we want to go, and I don't mean juvenile in the unsophisticated sense, but as in for younger audiences.
Right.
Not dwelling too much on the lore or the continuity or whatever. Maybe if Jonah is like the head of whatever Spider-Man and Friends affiliation is, or maybe if we're using all of the Spider Peoples, you got your Miles, you got your Gwen, you got Spider-Woman, all the Spider Peoples that are running around now. Maybe they're all together and Jonah's kind of the administrator of it. And that gives him the opportunity to have that authoritative role and be a hard ass, dishing out the tough love and the direction and the critiques, but it still comes from a place of care and love. He doesn't want these people getting hurt, and he doesn't want their mistakes to hurt other people. So you still have that dynamic, and there's room for dialogue where Jonah is coming from a correct place, which is wanting to oversee and correct and do good, but he needs to work on his communication skills and his emotional maturity, which is a dialogue that's good for children to learn anyway. So maybe that's one way to do it.
True. Yeah. I think that could work. I don't really see why not. Alternatively, you could just have a random old guy start yelling in the middle of this kid's show.
Maybe
For no reason. Just
that could be funny.
Just because it's funny, because, I don't know, kids like loud noises sometimes. Some of them do.
Well, in that case, it's just a live action segment with J.K. Simmons.
Okay.
Take the SpongeBob SquarePants route and just random live action segment of J.K. Simmons yelling as J. Jonah, ranting about how he hates peanut butter sandwiches with the crust cut off. And then goes back to Spider-Man.
He's not even yelling about Spider-Man. He's just yelling about random stuff. Good.
My sandwiches need to be cut into triangles. Mathematically proven to be more equitable with the sandwich distribution, and I blame Spider-Man for this.
You should. You should blame Spider-Man for everything, honestly.
I was late to work. I forgot to set my alarm properly. I blame Spider-Man.
Rude. Here's a question from SoccerCot. What does Ian and Kyle think about the Guriguri Rasputin cross Ma Barker cross Daddy Cool poly ship?
Well, Kyle, you had to give some context.
I
People at home who may be as lost as I was.
I preemptively gave context because I'm like, Ian's gonna have no idea what this question's about. So, Ian, have you ever heard of the German disco band Boney M?
I had not. I was only familiar with the one song Rasputin.
Rasputin, yes, which is the best one of these three.
And it's now going to be stuck in my head for a week. Thanks.
He truly is a love machine.
It was a trial he carried on. Cow, cow, please save me. It is stuck in my brainstem, and it will not ever freaking leave.
I mean, this is a great trio of songs, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I think this ship is totally cool as long as they're hanging out with Genghis Khan in Moscow. Moscow, Moscow.
Go. And the song's stuck in my head. Kyle, and I wish you were dead.
For some reason, I was thinking that was Rasputin.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on. That's a different song? Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
So with the context, I'm imagining that the Rasputin, Ma Barker, Daddy Cool are an enemies to lovers thing.
Okay.
And then between their three styles of influence, they just run that city.
That makes sense to me. I think it wouldn't be I think nobody would stand a chance. Fantastic. All right, we got another music-based question, this time from Strawbz. I thought long and hard about what song to subject you both to, and I found this song that I first listened to back in college, presumably Dead Arm by Sidney Gish. Give me all your thoughts, as long or as brief as you'd like. The song escalates quickly.
It goes in many directions.
It really does.
I think I could sum it up as if I had been exposed to this song in high school, it would have been my personality for at least 6 months.
Mm-hmm. See, and I'm just listening to the beginning like, what is this? Zelda Fairy Fountain? It's like I'm really getting the vibe here. And also, I really got to give a shout out to the lyric Tripping Testes. That's very funny.
I did identify with my mind as a toddler in roller skates going downhill. It's like, yes. Apt.
Uh-huh. That's a very good song. I like it. Also, 15th Grade Prom is another one.
Very rambly stream of consciousness that if there is a message, I can't decipher it. And if there is no message, if that's the point, then it is delivered with enough conviction that I'm sold on whatever it's not saying.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, at the very beginning, they're not saying anything. So maybe that's it.
I do love that she has so many harmony clones. Like, there's so many of her in this song. It's like, wow, okay. I'm down. I've never heard of this person before, but man, this song is great. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Strawbz. All right. Here's one from the Cyberspace Coco. Hey, Ian, I recently found out you're a Spy Family fan. So, question, what scenario would you and Kyle have a better chance of surviving? Playing a high-intensity sport with Yor, or babysitting Anya and Bond while a sensitive operation conducted by Wise and state police against armed terrorists occurs next door in mind-reading range?
If we're on Yor's team, I think we're fine.
We're not going to be able to keep up regardless.
No, but, I believe if we're at her side, there's less chance of collateral damage. If we're opposed, if we have the wherewithal to just let her win, again, I think we can survive. Be encouraging, be upbeat, not antagonistic or overly competitive. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
I'm being told that the soccer ball is going through my spine. Probably not wrong.
And this is assuming it doesn't atomize upon the kick.
That's a good point.
For Anya, I mean, if we had enough peanuts on hand, we might be able to distract her until things blow over.
Okay. I mean, that would distract me.
Also, Bond doesn't want her to get in trouble, so I think Bond would be assisting us in trying to keep her distracted and from not running outside and playing in traffic and gunfire.
Okay. Guess that's good. That's good. All right. We got one last question from Wildcard717. With April 1st just passing, I pose a prank-based question. Some pranks are cultural. France has the Poisson d'Avril, where you try to stick a paper fish to someone's back. Japan has Kancho, where you make a gun with your hands and try to poke someone else in the butt. America has the whoopee cushion, and the Netherlands has the haringek, where you pelt your neighbors with herring. What cultural specific pranks are there on Galaxant, and who on the Fortune's lap is the best at pulling them off?
I like this question. I like this a lot.
All right.
Not just because it's a Drogoon question, but because it gets into a very real and human aspect of the world that didn't immediately occur to me. And it's like, ooh, what is it like? Because that's fun. That's a good prompt. Thank you. In terms of pulling off pranks, if we're talking like immediate execution, Wind and Jobun are probably tied.
Okay, yeah.
Because they have no fear. They're going to have a plan. It's going to be simple. They're going to execute, and they're going to laugh. Lissy will attempt to follow suit, but she doesn't want to do anything mean. So she's going to do something that she envisions as a prank, points out that you have been pranked, and laugh about it. And you're like, okay, I'm not sure what you did, sweetheart, but as long as you're having fun and nobody's hurt. Foreign, you don't even know if you've been pranked. He plotted this out last year.
Mm-hmm.
He had everything set up, and it's now executing it. You had no time to prepare. You didn't even know you were targeted. And it happens. And you don't know if you can blame him or not. Was that happenstance? He's smugly smiling. Is that just because you got hit by something, or is that because he did it? You can't tell. And it's driving you crazy. Is that the prank? That you can't tell? What is it, Foreign?
What did you do?
That implies I did anything.
Smug Foreign.
Come now, Wind. I don't get angry. I get even. God, how scary you can be.
Yeah.
As for across Galaxant, I imagine the Ajay and the Ashanti have a very similar prank. With the Ajay, you take something personal that belongs to someone their keys, their watch, their wallet, something, and you hide it somewhere that could be reasonably found, but not where they're going to normally look for it. Now, why is my phone under the kitchen sink? Gotcha. Whereas the Ashanti version is you take it from your sibling, close friend, whatever, and you keep it on your person for as long as possible and see how long it takes for them to notice. You go out to lunch and your friend's like, lost my wallet, and you pull out their wallet and go, oh, no worries, I got this. What's your PIN number again?
Oh, man. That's mean. I don't like that one.
Your friend's going, I was going to wear my lucky shirt today. Is that my lucky shirt? No, it just happens to look exactly like yours.
Good thing we're the same size. Or it would be funnier if you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In Himaheim, it's getting someone to do something that really they shouldn't do. And usually it comes from the hierarchy within more of a business setting, asking your subordinates to do some task or errand that is just way out of line, way out of the way, and seeing if they do it. Because if they don't do it, they potentially will get in trouble. But if they do it, they look ridiculous. And there's kind of some fun to be had in that when it's done for the prank, when it's done for the laugh. You went to get coffee on the other end of town and came back with it, and it was still supposed to be hot. Ha, yeah, okay. If you use it as kind of abusive, that's not fun, but that's kind of how pranks go in general, isn't it?
Well, it depends.
Also,
These days, people are trying not to be so mean with their pranks because of how freaking crazy everything else is in the world. It's like,
and I do appreciate that, sincerely.
Thank you.
The Droff will take bets on what can be eaten because they can ingest and process nigh upon anything.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's a prank or a drinking game or whatever context, it's like, here you go, slap something on the table. Who's going to eat it? Could be a rock. Could be a succulent piece of meat. It could be something that looks like a delicious slice of cake, but it's actually a rock. You don't know. And there might be money on the line. So take a bite.
Yummy.
The Nerman have more of a thing where it's not as common, or not as common anymore because problems arise, but there's a particular kind of puffer fish like critter with a neurotoxin that kind of makes it hard to tell the difference between light and dark. It's kind of perceptual dyslexia.
Okay.
And when you have a bunch of sunlight coming through the surface and not a lot of sunlight coming from, the bottom of the ocean, that can get really disorienting really fast. And it's great fun to watch your pranked friend kind of swim in a corkscrew. And then it wears off eventually and everything's fine. Hopefully. If you didn't dose them too much and they didn't, swim straight down. That could be a problem.
That would be bad.
Prank responsibly in Ermenheim is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
And in Orgasheim, it's more stealing feathers from each other. Kind of like pinching someone on St. Patrick's Day if they're not wearing green. It's sneak up and grab somebody's feather.
Okay.
Got to be careful because that's also how some folks flirt and you don't want to be taken the wrong way, or maybe you do. Or maybe that's your out, you sneak away a feather and they're like, what do you think you're doing? It's like, oh, you weren't into it. Pranked you. It's a prank.
It's a prank, bro.
Innocent prank. Don't read too much into it.
Just a prank, bro.
We're just friends anyway.
Yeah. Be careful. Don't be too mean with your pranks.
No. Be
a little mean, but not too mean. All right. Well, it's not a prank that this is the end of the episode, though.
Fun note to end on. I enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
That's going to wrap us up for this episode of the BumbleKast. If you want your question here on the show, become a patron over patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, prank responsibly. And we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
It's just a prank, bro.
That's our other contingency if we don't manage to knock out the general mutant. We fling the manhole cover and he dodges and just pranked you, bro.
It's just a prank. Hopefully Double L listens to this.
A note to end on, though. I enjoyed it.
Let's say that again. Discord pranked you.
We could be so close if you would just let me wear your skin.
No, thanks. No, that's okay. That's unnecessary. You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org. We got a slightly beefy episode, I guess. Do we? I don't know. Is that beefy? Kinda, yeah, actually.
It might be.
Some of you guys are real wordy.
Yeah, you got a question for you. It's like, oh, I got to read this.
Yeah, I know. It's really.
I see you edited it down.
I did. I did edit it down, and it's still long. I'm like, dude, please. Guess that's what happens when you can skip the word limit by sending it through Ko-fi instead of the form. It happens. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of long.